Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Okay, so we got some very important things that we're going to discuss today. In today's episode, we'll look at the prices, we'll look at where the price is at the moment. I did mention, we had to hit 110 in order to, and then go above in order to be 100% sure that we were going to continue that momentum that we saw yesterday. We didn't get it, we're going back down a little bit, but what does it mean? We'll cover that off today. Now, what is XRP? A key question in the SEC versus Ripple, and the answer can't be that simple. So whatever the SEC would care to admit or not, the Howey Orange Grove analysis does not apply as neatly to the facts and circumstances around XRP and its offering. So ultimately, this case, what is XRP? That is the ultimate question that is being answered. And the answer can't be simple on what actually is the XRP blockchain, how much of the XRP blockchain was live when it first came out, were the first initial investors securities, were they not? But the SEC would have a mission impossible task to clearly define what XRP is that makes it so different compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum to win the case. Which is why a settlement or a win, for me personally, as a personal opinion, as someone who keeps looking at this on a daily basis, is the logical answer. I'd love to know your feedback on that. But how the SEC is going to actually prove that XRP is that much different to Ethereum and Bitcoin to the point where they are a security, for me, it's mission impossible. It does not make any sense. Now, former US Treasurer praises XRP while dismissing other cryptocurrencies. Yes, we know how huge this was. We covered it off yesterday. It was massive. It has traveled all over the world. And yes, it is good, right? It does bring a lot of credibility when somebody like her talks about it. And it is true. It is true that it is a currency. 100%. Again, my opinion. Here's why Bitcoin bull run will continue in Q4 despite September sell-off. So in this particular article, they're talking about traditionally what's going on, what's happened, and October, November, December have always been green months. This is a chart looking at what happened back in 2020. And even if we look at 2019 and 2020, we're looking at 2019, 10% rise in October. In 2020, it was a 27.70% rise. 27, which would bring it up to close to what we did in February. Well, February we did 36, in March we did 29. So right up there as far as, performing months. But then look what happened in November. 42% rise, and in December another 44% rise in 2020. So they were big months. And I think in 2021, those 3 months are going to be absolutely huge. The bull run is coming. Look at these statistics. Look at what's happened all these years in September, and then look what happened in October. Success, doesn't always leave, the history doesn't always repeat itself, but sometimes it leaves clues. And I think October is going to be explosive. With that, there's been some news around Cardano developers that can now leverage Chainlink for better smart contracts. Overall, I think it's good, positive news for the entire industry. A big news that came out today in regards to the entire industry is that Coinbase to launch direct crypto or USD paycheck deposits for US customers. So you can get a portion of your payslip directed straight into Coinbase. Really interesting, very bullish news, very positive for mass adoption. Highly encouraged. Well done, Coinbase. Well done. Now, FX Street are talking about XRP, about the pullback and where we're going and what we're going to be moving. I will cover that off about where I think we're heading. But look at from an analysis point of view and what's to come for the day ahead. We got some first major support levels at 90 cents. We got pivot level at 94 cents. First major resistance at 96. 23.6% fib retracement at 85 cents. Then we have a 38.2 at $1.06. and 62 at $1.40. So they are key points that we will cover off later when we go over the topics. And then we will talk about as well what the rise towards $3.80 and beyond looks like and what we can expect from a charts point of view. Now, another bit of news that traveled all over the world yesterday was the Ethereum transaction fee of over $23 million. While XRP transaction fees of that particular nature, of that size, I don't think it's zero. I don't know about Jack the Ripper saying XRP transaction fee 0. But, I mean, maybe he's talking about instant liquidity and, moving from, one to another. But we have to talk about this, right? $23 million to almost $23.5 million in transaction fees. It's not sustainable for the future. It can't be like that. It's impossible. You cannot continue as another 80% of the world is about to come into this industry in the next 3 years. Those fees are ridiculous, right? It has to be a better option, a more clever, more advanced, faster, cheaper option. And that's where XRP with the instant liquidity comes in. So do you see how long term, not 2021, don't look at things as they are right now with a $2 trillion market cap. When we are a $10 trillion market cap, how can those fees be justifiable by the general public? It can't. It can't. That's why you got to look at things for not what they are today, but what they are going to be. And in the future, when another 80% of the world comes into the industry, those Ethereum prices are just, transaction fees are just astronomical. It's not sustainable. That's why XRP is right there in the pole position to take the win. Let's jump into Etani. Let's have a look at some indicators. As we begin to look at the graphs today, and we are looking at, we're sitting at the moment at 92 cents, 3.60% down for the day at the time of making this. Bitcoin has just dipped under 42,000 as well, sitting at 4.45% down. Look, we knew that September was going to be a red month. It is going to finish as a red month. It's traditionally finished as a red month, and there is more red to come. That's probably the number one take already from the indicators, looking at them right now. On the hourly, we're on a bearish. On a 4 hour, we've just turned into a bearish mode. And then when we look at the 12 hour, the 12 hour is just sitting above in a bullish segment, but not for too long. And then it will go down to a bearish. So on the daily, it is sitting very, 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 very bearish. So the key points here, and the key points of discussion here, are that September ends red. It always does. And it will end red. Just how red can we go? And I think my prediction of a couple of days ago that, we will be seeing 85 cents again will likely happen. And maybe even touch 80 before we continue to rise. Now, that pump that happened, it's a trick, right? To get you to think, yeah, we're going, and then boom, we go back down again, and then we go. Again, the whales will play tricks on you all the time, and you'll never catch them. You'll never outsmart them. So if you're a long-term holder, just simply hold. If you're a day trader, I would be very careful right now because the market is moving very, very fast, very quickly in various directions. But I think we are going to have a couple more days of red, finish September, and then kick off October in a very, very big way. But expect more red before we see green is the biggest takeaway from these indicators. Let's have a look at some drawings. Now, we kick off the charts today with a very interesting chart, and this is the alt. So for the alternative coins. And I think what's going to happen for the alternative coins is that it will rise, and then obviously as Bitcoin dominance kicks in and starts to eat up the whole market as it goes towards 100,000 and beyond, the altcoins will retrace a little bit from the dominance, and then once Bitcoin settles in its new all-time high, it will catapult all the altcoins to all-time highs. And we will have to keep an eye on this. We will have to keep an eye on this. Not so much for XRP, but for all the other coins, right? We will have to keep an eye on it. But I am going to be monitoring this and how we are going compared to Bitcoin. Now, on the daily, like I said, positions, I think, 78 to 80 cents is possible from here. And then that will be the buy zone that catapults us then to the next level. So be on the lookout because I think a bit more red is on its way. Then once we do that and we hit 80 and go up, then we will fly off into the $2 territory, you know, break above 120, consolidate above 120, and then continue to push forward towards 2. So then moving forward a bit more after that, you know, go towards 6, have a retrace, and then continue up towards that $14 mark. It'll be a window between 14 and 16, somewhere around there. That there is how it's how we perform and how we go forward. So the moves that are about to happen, the very important moves that are about to happen is once we hit that 80 cents barrier, we will start to see a climb. We'll go towards 120, continue to move forward. 150 will be very important. And then once we consolidate above 150 and it's confirmed rock solid, then we will fly off into the all new time high territory. But an exciting, explosive October is on its way. I'm super excited. If you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.